Talk about a horror story. Nobody loves a good story like Justin's dad. He's a famous writer and story collector after all. That's how Justin and his sister Marissa ended up in Brovania. Their dad is searching for an ancient manuscript called The Lost Legend. Justin and Marissa want to help, but instead of finding the lost legend, they get lost. And the woods of Brovania are filled with the strangest creatures, like hundreds of squealing mice, silver-colored dogs, and terrifying Vikings from long ago.
Welcome back to Goosebumps Overviews, the show where we talk about Goosebump books and judge them on their merit. Tonight's episode is book number 47, Legend of the Lost Legend. Well, that's pretty redundant. This is a goofy-ass cover. I mean, first of all, pretty sure Vikings didn't wear helmets like this. I think that's just a myth perpetrated for stories. Second of all, look at her face. God, she looks like a pouting child that just got told she can't have seconds for Thanksgiving. Jesus Christ. Yeah, it's not really scary. It's just kind of, it's just a pouty-faced opera singer. That's what I'm seeing here. Oh, I don't know. This is kind of goofy. Not really enticing either. It's probably one of my least favorite covers. But Legend of the Lost Legend features Justin and Marissa, brother and sister, who are on a trip. The book starts with them on a trip in Antarctica, alone. Their dad trying to find a mysterious creature. Wait a minute. Didn't we read this before? No. The ice is breaking. They're alone on the ice, drifting away. Oh my god, this book is really kicking off. No, it's just a story. So it turns out the first two chapters are just a story that the dad's telling. Totally not a ripoff of Goosebumps on Pasadena. I was reading this and thinking, wow, it's been a while since Carl Stein which this book starts off with. And I was like, okay, that's interesting. Nope. Throw that out the window. That's okay, though. I don't really like reading in third person too much. But I digress. We follow the characters of Justin and his sister Marissa, like I explained. They're with their father, who happens to be a story collector, I guess, a professor, if you will. He's searching for a particular story today. They've taken a trip to the land of Brovania? Okay. They've taken a trip to the land of Brovania, where Justin's father is on the search for the legend of the Lost Legend. Or just, the Lost Legend. And of course, he brings his children to this mission because reasons. I don't really know why you'd bring your kids, and he's complaining about them not doing anything. So why did you bring them? Get a babysitter, for crying out loud. And these kids, I guess they just were too lazy to do anything, which I guess that's kind of me. Yeah. Eager to prove themselves, Justin wants to find the lost legend for himself so he can show his dad and be the big hero, save the day, prove that he was, not completely worthless. And he might just get his wish. They find a dog, mysteriously outside one of their tents. They go to it, and there's a note pinned to it that says, "I know why you're here. Follow Silver Dog." And of course, Justin and Marissa do the smart thing. They go to their tent and ignore it. Nah, I'm just kidding. Justin says that, and that kind of does the reverse psychology on his sister, and they decide to go. I'll give them credit. They tried waking up their dad, but they didn't try hard enough because he didn't wake up. Man, Dad must have tried a shit ton. So Silver Dog leads them to this mysterious house in the middle of nowhere, where they're accosted by this Viking, I guess? Yeah, a Viking named Ivana that tells them they need to pass this test in order to find this item they're looking for. Of course, she doesn't specify it's the Lost Legend, but it's because she already knows what they're looking for, supposedly. And that's when our story really begins. Justin and Marissa accept this test, and they're lost in the fantasy forest, looking for a way to pass whatever test there is. And there's a lot of crazy shit in this. It kind of reminds me of Beast with the East. Beast with the East. I mean Beast from the East, of course. Where it's kind of a fantastical world, but it steers further away from Alice in Wonderland and goes more into storybook territory, with a lot of the fantasy forest consisting of fantasy items, like giant cats and mice in walnuts. That was kind of weird. Is this story scary? Not really. It is, like I said, a lot like the Beast from the East, but I think Beast from the East did a lot better. Although I do like the concept of the Lost Legend a little bit better. It feels like there's less at stake, though. They're not being chased through the woods by monsters. They're just stumbling upon random, strange items and things. It's okay, but at the end, it's really forgettable. I will, however, say that the ending, the twist at the end, I guess, is actually pretty good. It actually gives a reason for the name of the book being Legend of the Lost Legend, and we get to learn why the legend is so lost. It's pretty good, yeah. Good ending, subpar book. Yeah. Overall, it's just okay. I don't really have an opinion on it. It is a little bit boring in parts. There is some interesting things here, but I think Beast from the East did it better. And that was a meh book, and this is just still a meh book. Okay, spoiler time. I don't really have much to spoil because there's not much. They get accosted by giant cats, giant mice, and all this. And I guess it turns out the fantasy forest has two meanings. Not only is it full of fantasy items, everything in it is fake. Like, the trees are fake, the monsters in it are fake. It's all fake. Pretty interesting. Anyway, eventually, I'm going to skip a lot of chunks of this because it's not really important to the overall ending of the story. They eventually find the Lost Legend, and it turns out whoever owns the Lost Legend is lost forever. And that's how the book ends. Our characters are hopelessly lost forever. This ending was kind of funny, and it's one of those dark endings that I kind of like. And yeah, I don't really have much to say about it. I didn't really feel sorry for the characters because, well, meh, they didn't really give me much to hope for, really. Overall, this is really just a subpar book, like I've said. Beast from the East did it better. I didn't really like Beast from the East. I'm giving this book 5 out of 10. So yeah, Legend of the Lost Legend, it was kind of a meh, but we got more coming up for you guys. More coming up real soon. So stay for us tomorrow for one that's definitely not a stinker. Book number 48, Attack of the Jack-O-Lantern.